Hi, Charles Barnum. I'm here for a garden update because our garden has really started to take off now that things are getting warmer. So once again, I'm going to take you on a little tour and show you what's happening in our school garden. So right here you can see there's a nice row of spinach that's getting a lot bigger. I'm even going to try a leaf. And the spinach tastes delicious. We've got some baby carrots that are coming up. We've got some peppers that I just planted right here, and then an eggplant over here. And these are potatoes that are sprouting. So under the ground there are some small potatoes forming, and these are the leaves that we're seeing above the ground telling us that that's happening. Our garlic just keeps getting taller and taller every day. I'm really excited to dig it up in a couple of weeks or so and see what it looks like underneath the surface. Our herb garden is growing like crazy, lots of great sage and oregano. Our hoop houses are a jungle right now, so you can tell our lettuce is growing like crazy. Our kale is huge. We've got sunflowers and really tall chard that's actually even forming a flower on it. So just like we've talked about in the past, all plants have 6 parts to them, and one of that is a flower. So we've got the stem, the roots under the ground, the leaves, the flower, and eventually it will produce a little bit of a fruit that will have a seed in it so that it can make more chard plants. We've got some really big potatoes here, so we're gonna have lots of potatoes ready in the fall. And I think some of this stuff is gonna need to get pulled out so that we can start some new crops, because these are getting a little bit overgrown and towards the end of their life here. But I was able to harvest a little bit of lettuce to make a delicious salad. Now coming over here, we've got even more lettuce. This lettuce looks delicious, it's still growing. So what I've been doing is I've been picking off the edges of this lettuce, and then it will just keep regrowing so we can have lettuce that lasts for quite some time even while we're harvesting it. Over here, this is a baby cucumber plant, and even though it's only taking up a little bit of the garden bed right now, pretty soon it's going to spread out, and cucumbers have all of these vines, so it's going to fill up a good amount of this garden bed. So it's hard to be patient because it looks so small and I want to plant more things in here, but if we give it some time, it's going to take up a lot of this space. And then here we've got a couple of tomatoes. I planted those last week and they're looking really happy in their new home. I started them inside because tomatoes like it really warm. And then we've got some basil, but it didn't have these holes in it when I put it in. So I'm gonna do a little investigation because I have a feeling there is a critter that is munching on our basil and likes to eat it. Lastly, we're gonna come over and check out our radishes and our peas. Now, I am kind of surprised with how slowly these are growing, but then I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna see what's above it. So I'm wondering if our tree is blocking a little bit of the sunshine that our peas and radishes need, and that's what's taking so long. But this pea, which seems to be in the sunlight compared to this pea, is doing pretty great. It's getting tall and you can tell it's gonna start climbing up our trellis pretty soon. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we'll see some peas. And then the next thing I want to show you, as you guys know, I love, love, love compost. And I've been trying to organize our compost a little bit. So as you can see, this is a big pile full of stuff that's still decomposing and breaking down. But the other day I went in and dug up all of this stuff, and underneath I found this. So all of this stuff at one point was food and leaves and scraps from the kitchen, and it broke down into compost, so we can reuse this soil to help our plants and our gardens grow. Super awesome. I think compost is one of the coolest things. I can't wait to see how much more compost we make with the rest of these compost piles. So garden's looking great, everyone. Stay tuned, and I miss you all. Enjoy the sunshine.